can start.
Hey y'all, it's Krypton Critics, and we're here to review Alien Covenant, the new Ridley Scott film as a prequel to the 1979 Alien film. What did you think of the film, Devin?
Barring the part that was dead tired and I slept through the first half, I enjoyed it.
It was in the first half. It was the first act.
20, yeah, I was so sorry, but I definitely would go see this movie again. It was really, really well done. It was beautiful. I thought the acting was good. I thought everything was really well done.
Mm-hmm. The only thing you missed was like a extended talk with Daniel's the main character and the captain, just showing like he's a little unstable, and that's why he makes that decision.
Because he's religious?
No, it's not because he's religious. He's been on this for so long that he feels like this has to be the real hope. Like a bunch of their fallen brothers and sisters on the ship have died when.
Spoiler.
This is a spoiler review. So if you don't want spoilers, get your bitch ass out. Like I said when we did the review of Force Awakens, that's the same thing I said.
Fair enough.
But yeah, there's this disturbance that hit their ship, and James Franco gets barbecued.
Oh man, that was the quickest. I was in there saying, that motherfucking James Franco. He wasn't in the movie that long.
No.
Hey, at least he was in an Alien movie. He's like, hey.
Yeah, he can put that on his resume.
Because I was looking at, that's motherfucking James Franco. Now I wanted to say something to you in the movie theater, but it's like, that's not James Franco. He would have had more. It's like, no, but when I saw him hanging on it, that's motherfucking James Franco. I'm like, all right.
She's like, no, it's another 30-year-old guy with a weird beard and always squinting. No, it was James Franco.
Yeah, that's definitely James Franco.
But yeah, this movie, it's intense. Much like the older films, it harkens back to that a lot. See, one of the problems with the movies that came out in the 90s is that it just got fan-fictiony and just stupid. Just like nothing made sense. Like every movie has a moment where you're like, wait a second, or someone 20 years, because they're such a fan, like, they could have done this. But a lot of times where I would think that for a second, they would have a good explanation. I'm like, oh, okay, why is David like this?
David, the explanation for David and what David's going through, I thought was just amazing. Fuck you, Michael Fassbender.
You're awesome.
Yeah. That made up for Assassin's Creed, I guess. And what was that other bad movie? Oh my god. But something else he did. I'm like, it just made up for it. I can see why he's a great actor. He's an amazing actor.
Yeah. He'll do the big budget films, and he also does the very quiet but very dramatic things that get brought up in the Oscars. So he has range, and he's shown that in
he's just,
the 20 plus years he's been acting.
He was amazing. I like the girl.
Daniels.
The lead girl, I thought I really liked her a lot. I thought Tennessee, I liked a lot. I liked
I wasn't expecting to like their dynamic, but towards the end, I'm like, oh damn, they get fucked up.
Well, yeah, the fact that everybody was mostly invested in the partner there is like you're there with your wife, and
that's another reason why they would make not the best decision. They were
emotional decisions.
The girl that took a bath, she was just tired. She wasn't thinking at all.
Separate. Yeah, I'm thinking about killing David. Well, I know Prometheus when he did, and you guys coming into it all new. But all in all,
you can see Fassbender on Fassbender type action.
I'm like, I can say, is this gay?
Is this masturbation?
No, it's yeah, pretty much like.
Robosexuality. But yeah, he's not only as Walter, just on David's side, he's playing dual role. David is one of the best villains ever. he has a moment where he
God
tells
complex.
he has God complex. He has the whole idea that I must embrace the rules of nature by evolution. Like what, humans, why you be fucking up? Because you can't do what these things can.
No, I think David wanted to be a god himself. Mm-hmm. He thought his creation, well, his creator, was flawed and weak, and to have this, David starts creating himself.
I mean, if you think about it, he has a good point for saying that, because in Prometheus, Daddy Weyland just gets thrown by an engineer, and he's
old and tired. We're flawed.
Yeah, like even your creator, creator of humanity, he said, you know what, you're getting too big for your britches. You're in my way.
But still, to watch David pretty much wipe out the creators, and that was like, no, he's not. He just let him.
I kind of thought for a second that David was on the ship, because they had shown before that Walter, small attacks of his body, he can heal from that quickly. David couldn't, and he was being stapled.
David's,
And even on Walter, when his hand got cut off, we saw that it was had a little bump on it. I think it was growing a little bit back. When we see David's hand cut off, it's clean.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
But the hand thing I might be going a little too far, but the face thing I'm definitely on. I'm on your ass.
Don't let the bed bugs bite. I'm like, fuck you, David.
He's like, take a look. That's my favorite line for this movie. He's like, take a look. See, if Fox Studios makes like a tour, I would definitely like to see a diorama version or the film version of his little museum he made.
That was beautiful.
Oh yeah, it's really beautifully disturbing. It's amazing. Earlier we were talking about the attraction between Walter and David. And I kind of thought about that for a second, because David, before he kisses, his newer model, he gives an innuendo about when he's playing the flute. He said, "I'll finger the holes for you." I'm like,
yeah.
Oh my.
That went over my head. I think I was still waking up at that point. But when I saw people start dying, my mind started kicking in. Like, oh my God. Mm-hmm. Like, man, David's a piece of shit. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I also liked the kind of emotion David said, Walter should have. Walter, he eventually did. He sacrificed himself. David is the one that keeps flip-flopping.
But David doesn't have the same design. Well, we would consider it flaws, but he doesn't. He's considered those as more or less his freedom choice, his freedom to create. Without that freedom to create or to love, David even cried a couple of times.
Yeah, it kind of makes me think that Walter had limited interaction with Walden. That David, I think, may be the first synthetic being. So he was very attentive to that one. I think after that, it should become more machine, production. Like, just license it out. Let's just kind of like when you have a prototype and it's very close to you, and you make more, and it's just like, oh, there's others. That's not my son. They're just
I knew something was up when David Stooley started cutting his hair. I was like, this is it. That was my friend. Like, why is he cutting his hair? There's no reason. Oh, fuck you. They're going to do that trope where there's two of us. Can you tell which one? And, yeah.
Now, it could come off like just ridiculous or gimmicky, but it came to me as that's smart and terrifying because you know what's going to happen next. Like, the end of this movie...
Thank you, David.
The end of the movie, we know why Weyland would either not know much about this or would just sweep this under the rug for next expedition. Like, we now... This is the first time we have Xenomorphs attacking people. No, I mean in the timeline. I'm not... What? Prometheus didn't have a Xenomorph like eat anybody. This one does.
Or attack.
Yeah.
Well, when they had attack, this is not the Xenomorph we're accustomed to.
Prometheus, which according to this is the first in the timeline of all the films. There was a squid alien, there was an engineer, and from the end, the end credit scene was a Xenomorph being born from them killing / fucking each other.
No, it was actually just merging with that creature. You see the elongated head and more of a Xenomorph type creature, and now we actually have the Xenomorph.
Oh yeah, Xenomorph's a dickhead's alright.
Like with the
figurative and literally.
The extra set of mouths that jump out. Let's wrap this up. I'm getting tired. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
But yeah, I, without counting the two great Predator movies from the 80s, okay. I think this is the best in this universe franchise since Aliens.
I agree.
I think...
It's better than Prometheus.
Yeah. Prometheus, there's moments that I really do like.
Yep.
And there's other moments that I'm like, okay, not bad. Not saying it's bad, it's good. But this is, I think, amongst one of the greats.
Yeah, it's great. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it.
So, good job on you. You're on top of Mount Olympus.
Yeah.
You made it.
Ridley Scott. Woo-hoo.
Yeah, just don't do a sequel to was it Exodus, Gods and Kings, and we should be fine. Just stick to Aliens, maybe Gladiator. But I give it A-. I really enjoyed this movie.
Agreed.
It's fun, disturbing, it's smart. It helps explain some of the more unexplained parts of Prometheus. And what I've said before is one of the worst things a sequel or continuation can do is not add anything to a character or the world.
Just add.
There's a lot of them that just stay stagnant. Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, we're just doing the same thing over again without having any investment. I'm like, well, then what? But you know what? Y'all should see it. Fuck Alien vs. Predator. Don't watch them. Watch this shit. This is good. It's part of the Curtain Critics. You know we love you. You know he's tired.